Welcome, guys. So let's wait for some people to join. Let's wait for others to join before we kickstart. Before we kickstart, um, let me send a text. Are you for real? Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Seems can't load the live. I don't know why. Oh, crazy. Let me try it on here. Let me let me share the link again. I'll share the link again. I've shared the link on the group again. We can hear you now, Chief. Okay, okay, good. Um, I've shared the link again. Oh, it is working now. Thanks. All right, no problem. I'll probably do a recap of what we're talking about, and then okay. So I was saying, you can also watch the recording of the YouTube of the that is on YouTube, so you can always have access to the recording when you miss this session. And I'm also observing BTC, anyways. But this is a very risky one, and this is a very risky one. I think I had like a session with my students yesterday, and then I told them about this PY, this sell PY, and coming. As I was observing price to give a good dump from this level, it is a counter trend trade. So like I'm just taking minimal risk, not like optimal risk, just like risk like 0.5 hour of my normal 1 hour risk, right? And one of these one dumping prices, I need price to more like emanate from like a good directional PY, and I have one I'm observing here. This OBA I'm observing as a good directional PY, plus the inducement is also perfect. So hopefully we have a nice dump to this level, and then we can continue the overall bullish momentum on BTC. Because if you check the 4 hour time frame, you notice that it has given us a like bullish type of sentiment. I have series of higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and all of that, right? Until it got to this level on a 30 minutes, and we had a market structure shift. Um, you know, I feel like the market structure shift because price is not coming from a very good zone, right? This eyes don't come from a very good zone. This is where this zone is located at, right? So it's just more like a pullback for price to like get to a better level, and price can buy up from that level. So that I'm observing this level as a good directional POI, so that price can buy from here and get to this level. Then when price gets here, we'll know what next to do. Um, so it's more like a counter trend trade, and according to my trading rule, counter trend trade, I just reach like 0.5 R. If it goes bad, I just need one 0.5 of my next trade, not even full 1 hour to recover it. That's what one thing about counter trend trades. So you have to have a an approach towards trading them. And a quick recap on what I said on gold. I said if market opens with a gap towards the upside, I'm jiggy on gold, like I'm fully in on gold. But if market dumps to this my entry, probably it's more on a break even, and then I have to wait for my confirmation before I can buy up to this level. My overall target for the week is still I'm still very bullish on gold, until proven otherwise. Like I said, hopefully this eye gets taken out first this week, and then overall target this other high to get taken out. But if this eye gets taken out, we'll see like a minor pullback, not like a major pullback, minor pullback, and then price gets attracted to this other high. So I hope I was able to like explain what I have. If you're just joining in, You can always have access to the recording. I started off with how last week went for me, and what I'm expecting this week as well. So without wasting much of our time, I think like we'll call it a day. So thank you guys for joining. If there's any question, you can put in the chat box now. If you have any question, put it in the chat box now. I'll be reading the chat box. If there's any question for me, in the next 1 minute. If not, we'll call it a day. If not, we'll call it a day. Okay. Since there's no question, I wish you guys a profitable week ahead. One thing you need to understand about surviving in this system, in this trading condition, is patience. Like, wait for your trading setup to play out before you dive into the market, right? Wait for your trading setup. Very, very important. Very, very important. Somebody said GU. I don't trade GBP USD, but I can just share an observation. I don't trade GU. Um, One thing always do is top down analysis. Always go from an higher time frame perspective. Check what price is doing on a higher time frame. Notice that we have series of higher highs, higher lows. Price took out this high, so we're obviously bullish on the daily. Bullish on the daily. 4 hour. Um, okay. I mitigated. This is mitigated. We had a sweep. Check 1 hour. Hmm, invalidated. Pure close. Checking this. Okay. Back to 4 hour. You know, trying to check something. All right. If you check daily time frame, notice that there is a zone here that price is getting attracted to this level, right? If you go back to a 1 hour time frame, I feel like you might just try to look for buy opportunities to take out that level, right? And I basically cited one. This zone is a very clean zone. Possibly if price comes down to that level, right? This is a very clean zone for buys to that point. If price, pulls back this week, gives a form of dump this week, this is a very good zone to buy back to this, POI and all. But without that, if you go to 15 minutes time frame, and determine how market opens definitely, right? Um, that's the only level I'm saying that is very valid within all of this, meandering, cause like a meandering. So like that's the reason I'm looking at. So you can observe this level, see how this week works to this level. So if price comes back to this level, you can have a good buy from there. If not, nah. I'm not I don't have a scalp strategy for G. You just have like an overall POI. This can be overall directional POI to like continue the buys for price to take out, this zone and all. So your buy strategy should be your like personal conviction, towards which price will take out this zone, you know. And if you feel like you still want to like you can still continue your buy movement if price gives you a little pullback, use your buy opportunity. But like I see this zone being, taken out very, very soon. Right. So that's that about that and chill. So thank you guys for joining. If you have any other personal question, my Telegram DM is always open, and I would also drop my I'll probably drop my Telegram link on the chat box so you guys can join as well. If you do not join with if you join with Twitter and not like the Telegram. So take care guys. Bye.